You want healthy, glowing skin, but with all the products, trends, and conflicting advice, it's hard to know what actually works. I understand. I am Dr. Tina Meder, a former cardiologist and specialist in the skincare development and cosmetic safety expert. I've spent years studying the science of skin. Welcome to Meder Beauty podcast, where we uncover what really matters, break down the science, and give you real expert-backed skincare advice. Whether you're looking to achieve radiant, healthy skin, curious about anti-aging, or want to understand what's really in your product, you are in the right place. Rooted in science and the truth about what your skin actually needs, we'll have in-depth conversations with leading dermatologists, medical experts, and skincare brand founders to bring you the latest innovations, evidence-based insights, and industry secrets that truly make a difference. We are so happy you are here. So let's go. Welcome back to the Meder Beauty podcast, and I am Dr. Tina Meder, and today we are diving into something I am really passionate about here, the truth about the healthy skin. Probably you will see this episode as the first episode of 2026 in the new year. The world was obsessed with perfect skin and flawless complexion all last year. But I want to start the year talking to someone who believes in something different. Someone who sees skin not as surface to fix, but as a mirror of your whole health. So today I'm very happy to present my guest, Claudia Barthelemy. She is a founder of the Healthy Skin Room in Belgravia, London, but also has a residence in Monaco. I know Claudia for many years and I love Claudia a lot. She is a qualified facial therapist. She spent years working in London's most prestigious luxury spa and laser clinics before deciding to go for this radical adventure. She started her own practice in the most prestigious area of London, in Belgravia. And as long as I know Claudia, she is not about quick fixes or one-size-fits-all treatment. So you can count to get very holistical, very personalized skincare, real nutrition and lifestyle guidance to help you achieve really lasting and authentic skin radiance. Claudia, welcome. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tina Meder, for this presentation about myself. I don't know what else I can add to this, but thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here today with you.
Thank you so much for admitting my invitation. And also it feels a little bit unusual to speak English because for many years we've been speaking French only, I suppose.
That's right.
In some future, when we will get more French-speaking audience, we will do another episode in French. But today we'll be speaking English. And please tell me more. What inspired you to open the Healthy Skin Room? By the way, great name.
Thank you very much. So I always been interested about natural beauty and natural ways of skin rejuvenation. And I always found that a beautiful woman is, or at least beauty is the natural beauty. I never been convinced about all this artificial beauty that I could see in a certain new tendencies, new trends. I never adhered to that. And I also never believed in quick fixes. So I really wanted to promote through the Healthy Skin Room really natural ways of skin rejuvenation through facial massage. So I really believe in advanced facial massage as a natural way to promote skin health, but it's also a way to relax the mind because mind, body, skin are all connected. And facial massage and body massage in general is a really good way to relax the nervous system, but also to promote skin health through the circulation of the lymphatic system, the blood system, and has really good benefits. Alongside to that, obviously, good skincare, quality skincare. So I only work with the brands that I use myself, I believe in, that are backed by science. And obviously as well, what we eat is very important. So promote always skin health on different levels, mind, body, skin. So all of this is very, very connected. And of course, I love to educate people about skin health. I learned a lot of things in the past 9 years, 10 years about skin. And I feel like it's a bit of a mission that I have. It's really to share this knowledge and help people with their skin, because we don't learn this at school.
Yeah, unfortunately, what I noticed too, and people, they don't really know what makes them healthy, what makes their skin healthy. And we see a lot of influencers on the Instagram and social networks speaking about the skin, but as long as I meet real people in the real life, they don't know the basis about the skin health and unfortunately about the body health as well. And now we arrive to the understanding how the body health and nutrition are important for the skin health. But I remember then even many years ago, then because we know each other about 10 years, 12 years, right? And you've been very passionate about healthy diet. And what is your experience in London? Do you have this moment like Emily in Paris, Claudia in London, speaking about the healthy food?
Yes, absolutely. So I can really speak about my own experience, and it really made me realize how important mental health and diet has an impact on how we look. So my first 2 years in London were a bit stressful, I can say. I mean, living in big cities when it's not always easy, especially it was the first time I moved to the UK. I didn't know much about the UK. The stress had an impact on my skin, the stress to find a job, to survive big city. So I was dealing with inflammation. Plus, I was eating a lot of dairy. I was eating a lot of gluten. I was eating a lot of bread, pancakes. I was eating too much dairy. And I knew about dairy intolerance back in France when I was still living there, but I never stopped it. I was just reducing it. And I started to develop acne rosacea. So I had my pimples on my face, and I have this redness that was never going away, and a lot of digestive issues. So I often had difficulties in digesting. It was affecting my mood because I was always feeling bloated. So it was this combination things. And plus, because of the stress, I started to develop, I had a massive pain on my masseter. So I had jaw pain. And one day I thought I had a gum infection. Yes, with the pain was unbearable. So it was all these elements together. And I remember one day I managed to find a dentist with an urgent appointment. I was sure I had, oh my God, I must have an infection in my gum. And actually, no, he saw no infection. He just prescribed me a mouth guard and says, no, it's just your stress, your facial tension. That's why you're in pain. I didn't know it was a thing. I didn't know it was possible.
That's so shocking.
Yes. So it made me think. So I did some research about that. So first, I fixed my skin thanks to your brand.
Thank you. So happy to hear it.
It's very true. I can tell. I used EU-Seb concentrate for a few months. And I remember telling you, Tina, I'm still struggling with my skin. It's not going away, this pimple. You always told me, be patient, Claudia. Be patient. Give it some time. And after a few months, the skin was more calm. And I also started to cut a few foods because I started to look into that on the internet and try to understand. I also followed a facialist called Nerida Joy. She's in the US, and she talks a lot about food intolerances, how food affects the skin. I learned a lot as well from her on this point. And in terms of the jaw pain, I also did research, and I found that actually facial massage and intraoral buccal massage can also help with conditions such as jaw pain and the impact of stress overall health. So for me, was the beginning of a new
journey.
Yes, a new passion. Yeah, exactly. So skin is not just with skincare. It's many things at the same time that we need to address, to understand. So that's why the holistic route is a route that makes sense to me, because we need to know more about our clients, ask questions, understand what's going on in their skin, in their life, to help them improve their skin health. So it's a whole thing. But it all starts by our own experiences, our own struggles, and it takes us to certain, so we understand better where other come from in their skin.
So interesting, and such a painful personal experience can lead to something so good. To the new path in career, to the new approach to the aesthetics, and you created something really unique. But I suppose, based on my own experience, it can be difficult to speak with British clientele about such of issue, because it's very often that women, they take it so personally, and many of them, they are not expected beautician or skin practitioner, or even sometimes doctors, asking their such a personal questions. For example, about their digestion, about their cycle, about their food habit, and how they react, how you approach it. It's a little bit like a moment you and dentist, when you came with an infection, and dentist unexpectedly started to speak with you about your stress. And now you ask dentist how you approach it.
It's a good question, and not everyone is comfortable with this kind of questions. What I notice a lot is that some people are busy in their head. They think they are busy. They come to their facial appointment. They think they don't have time to answer to certain questions, or sometimes they don't see the point of answering those questions. So I try always to create an environment where they can trust, they can feel comfortable, and I'm here to help them. These questions are always useful to help me understand what is going on. Sometimes they may not reveal from the first appointment the details about their diet or their lifestyle, but slowly, when we start knowing each other, they start to feel more comfortable with me. Then they start giving some information, and sometimes say, oh yes, that makes sense. Slowly we can really create a personalized treatment plan for them and advise. Other clients, they really share more than others because they're very motivated in improving their skin health, and they're also quite educated. More and more, I notice people are more and more educated about their skin as well. So the message that I give them is, they know, but sometimes they don't put it into place. The information I give them, it's another reminder. So, okay, this time I'm going to give it a try. And yes, I had a few cases like that, and it's not always easy, for instance, to avoid gluten, to avoid dairy, to avoid sugar. I think these are the three most difficult foods.
Especially in London. I suppose in your Monaco residence, it should be much easier.
Yes. So can be tricky, but this is something that I started to implement more and more this year. Take the time to do a 360 degrees consultation with clients to really get as much information as I can to be able to help them. This is really important. Before, I was not doing that so much, and it really helps. I recommend to all skin therapists to spend some time in the consultation to understand what is going on in our clients' lifestyle, diet, and also to know a bit more about the stress levels, because this has a huge impact.
Yeah, that's very important. Do you see some kind of transformation when clients follow your advices? Yeah.
Yes.
What category of client is transformed faster?
I have this young lady who came to me, and she was beautiful, beautiful skin. And she had only acne around her mouth, persistent, active acne. She was struggling for some time, and she just thought there was no options for her. She said she tried many things, nothing worked. And then I asked her, what do you eat? What is your normal meals, your typical week? What do you eat? And actually, she was eating a lot of sugar, because at the beginning I thought, oh, maybe it's a condition called PCOS. Maybe there is something wrong with her hormone levels, because it was very located on her chin area, but it was also growing on top of the lips. So I said, probably not. I'm not too sure. And she said, actually, yes, I eat sugar every day. And she was eating processed sugar every day, refined sugar. And I say, let's cut that. She was really motivated. She was coming from very far away to her appointment. So the motivation was here to make a change. And so she cut sugar, and plus she came to regular facials, and we adapted her routine as well. And it really, really made a difference. And I'm very happy for her. Sometimes just little changes in routines can make a difference. And I have other clients also that are very happy with results by changing something, often in the diet. What takes more time, I notice, is to work on stress levels. It's not always easy. We understand, but to put into place more time for relaxation and for meditation or manage stress is not easy, because in big cities like London, life is very fast paced. Clients have to deal with their work, they have to manage the kids, they have to take them at school. They need to do a lot of things. Life is very busy. And when we talk about managing stress, take time for yourself, meditate, do yoga, for them, sometimes it's just, yes.
It sounds a bit empty, right? I noticed that too, because sometimes people just take it like, okay, you should meditate. You should do facial masks. For me, it was the question in the first place about masks, because I noticed people don't use masks. And it's supposed to be your relaxing moment every week. But people don't have time to relax, especially in London, but also in New York and even in Paris. It's not so slow. And when we just say them, do meditate, mindfulness practice, whatever, they accept this, but they just cannot, it's impossible to materialize in life. I think that's probably when they visit your place, it's so peaceful. It can be like two in one, facial and mindfulness exercise, some kind of experience of presence, of peaceful presence in the same time.
Yes. And they definitely understand the importance of taking time for themselves, at least 1 hour, 1 hour and a half every 2 weeks or every month. They want to do it. They just haven't found the time yet, but they understand the importance of switching off from time to time. And so it's important, because we need to keep talking about that, because it's in people's minds anyway. They know they need to exercise, they need to practice the art of doing nothing, which is very difficult sometimes, but our mind needs it, because our life is so busy. We never stop, but sometimes it's very overwhelming, and our mind sometimes needs to stop, needs to just rest, and we need that to recover. And so, yes, I say this every time to all my clients, and it's my role as well.
Do you practice it yourself? Like, are you meditating?
So, spirituality is a new concept. It's something new for me, but I have been more and more interested about spirituality in general and mindfulness. So, at the moment, for me, it's about practicing Pilates mainly. So, it's a style of Pilates that is similar to, it's close to yoga. So, it has these moments of relaxation and deep breath and slow movements. So, for me, it works quite well. And self-care for me, it's all about also manual therapy. So this is something I believe in. So craniosacral therapy or osteopathy or therapeutical massages, I think it's very good as well for general well-being.
Well, yeah.
Yes, and cooking. Whole foods. Yes.
You're a passionate cook. What is your favorite recipe?
I think making soups is a very good way to eat vegetables every day and eat fibers. I cook a lot of soups. It's also important to rotate the protein. So before, I was not used to eat a lot of proteins. I thought that I didn't need to eat proteins, but that's a big mistake, actually. It's very important, especially not just for women, but for everyone. We need to eat proteins, but not too much. For instance, for lunchtime, we can skip proteins or just have a little bit. But every evening we have to eat proteins. It's very important, but we need to rotate the proteins. One day fish, one day red meat, one day chicken, one day tofu. That is very important, to always rotate the source of proteins. And also, then we can rotate also. If one day we have pasta, the next day we need to have vegetables, we need to have soup. So always make sure that we eat a bit of everything and cook it ourselves as much as possible. Because what I observed a lot in London is that many people order takeaway food or already made food or pizzas, pasta. A lot of these already made food have so much salt, have so many additives. It's so unhealthy, so many fats. I mean, unhealthy fats, vegetable fats that are so difficult to process, to digest, that obviously it reflects on the skin. We are what we eat. All the gut issues we have, they will reflect on the skin at some point. always my message. I'm not a nutritionist and I cannot make claims about nutrition, right? But I always talk about the importance of cooking whole foods and cook as much as we can ourselves.
At least you do it consciously. When you cook yourself, you will probably stop yourself adding too much sugar.
Exactly. Yes, of course, because, for instance, I also love baking, but instead of using refined sugar, I will try to alternate. Sometimes I will take coconut sugar, or I'll take brown sugar, or maple syrup, or agave syrup. So change the sources of syrup, opting for something more natural. And you also realize, if you follow a classic recipe of a classic cake, the quantity of refined sugar they put is a lot. And so we get used to it, so much sugar. I think sugar is almost like we are addicted to sugar. And
I
sugar,
think, yes, it is an addiction, kind of biochemical addiction, because this rise of glucose in the blood, it's kind of drug effect.
cutting sugar completely is not easy, and it's not the message I would give to anyone. Myself, I still eat sugar, but in a reasonable way. It's just the extra processed sugar and refined sugar that we eat in already made snacks that it's something we shouldn't eat. In the UK, it's incredible the amount of crisps and snacks and chocolate bars that are.
Oh my God, and you should see US supermarket. After 10 years living in the UK, when I entered the US supermarket, I was literally shocked by miles and miles of junk food. So, dear listeners, if you listen to us, please cut this processed food, cut sugar, follow Claudia's advices, cook yourself, cook healthy. And I know that you, even I seen in your Instagrams, and you performed the nutrition class for your clients.
Yes, so last year was a collaboration with a client, actually, Sajni. She's a big advocate for the metabolism plan. This is a book written by Dr. Lynn Gennett. Lynn Gennett, she's a nutritionist based in New York. She's very famous for her book, The Metabolism Plan. Her mission is really to educate people to eat better by avoiding inflammation. So her book is about how to avoid inflammation. Some foods are inflammatory. It's a plan over, I think it's over 30 days, but it's a plan that helps us to understand which foods serve us and which foods do not suit us. It's a very interesting approach to diet. Her objective is not to go through starvation or big sacrifices. It's just about certain foods that we thought were healthy, but actually they can be pro-inflammatory. Her message is to help people learn how to cook in a healthy way so that their diet can be sustainable for them. With my client Sajni, we organized this cooking class, and it was very interesting because she made 10 of 12 dishes with often the same base. So it was onions, olive oil or coconut oil with garlic and ginger. That was the base. Everything had the same base with, let's say, Asian cooking style, but was very good. And everything was fresh and was so good, so easy to make. So the objective of this class was to inspire cooking doesn't take that much time. So how can you cook very quickly, make a dish in 15, 20 minutes? Exactly. And everyone loved it. And I'm always asked, when is the next cooking class? So yes, that would be something interesting to organize again. And well, why not next year?
Amazing experience. It's so great. And you offer this really 360 degrees approach. And what I feel like very unique about your practice, then you combine this holistic, hands-on, bespoke experience. You are so passionate about massage. I know how passionate you are about intrabuccal massage, which is very rare and very sophisticated technique of massage. But you combine it with high-tech skincare, high-end, sophisticated, science-based skincare. Because by my experience, and I trained beautician in more than 40 countries over the world for more than 20 years. And it's very often, I think probably 95% of cases, when it is someone so passionate about hands-on experience, they work with something, let's say, natural, like essential oils, just small organic oils, and they're very, not critical, but sometimes I have an impression they don't see benefits of science-based skincare, and vice versa. Skin practitioners who are working with science-based skincare, they're mostly doctors or nurses, and many of them, they are ignoring the simple things like nutrition and massage, and they love injectables, they love machines. So, and in your place, in your hand, these two words just colliding, creating something beautiful. It's like a new planet. How you came to this idea to combine?
It's natural results, and I want to achieve natural results, but we also want products to be effective. So I always believed in the healing power of hands, but using actives that will actually make a difference on the skin. So obviously, we want to make a difference on the skin without changing the shape of the face or without changing the natural expressions of the client. I want to keep the natural beauty of the clients, just enhance it, make it look better in a natural way, in a controlled way. And I always want to bring the best of both worlds, the natural therapies with the best products that I came across in my different experiences. And I believe we can reach very good results without being too invasive, because I don't believe in invasive treatments, because invasive treatments are just quick fixes, and they sometimes can change the face or can make changes that make clients very unhappy, and they are difficult to manage afterwards. So personally, I would be too scared to get any injections done on my face. I mean, I say this now, I don't know what I will say in 10, 20 years' time, but I don't think my approach would change. So yes, I really think it's possible to look good, to age well by mixing both. When I say mixing both, is that I like to alternate. Sometimes with my clients, we'll do massage. The following week, we will do a facial. Then we will prepare their skin for their microneedling treatment. And always what guides me is that all the treatments I choose, they will not impact the skin microbiome. They will not impact the skin barrier, the skin integrity. I always keep this in mind. Anything that I do must respect the skin barrier. So this, for me, is always very important.
It's so amazing because it's rare. I know how passionate you are about corneotherapy, the science of skin barrier. And I feel that it's so much common in our value because, as you know, that from the very first day, even our cleansers, Medar cleansers, they don't disturb skin barrier. For me, it was so important that I never used any hydroxy acids or any disruptive ingredients. So I am so proud. Then you experience just proving then this approach is probably it's an only one to the skin health.
Exactly. So corneotherapy for me was something new, but everything made sense to me. And it, for me, was a good introduction and made sense, was a good complementary brand to the other brands I had. With Medar, for instance, also it's all about the respect of skin microbiome. They do say that we can use alpha hydroxy acid in very, very little
low concentration.
Concentration. That is fine. Even vitamin A in very low concentrations, but they don't believe in chemical peels and in high concentration. So there are many things that are also close to your own values and your own approach as a skin microbiome friendly skincare brand. So for me, it made totally sense to work in a brand like this, and also to understand also in my approach, anything that I do it with a purpose. All the treatments I create is with a purpose. And for me, it was very important to understand the science behind certain products, certain treatments, certain therapies. What are we actually doing into the skin whenever we do microneedling? And it's all about preparation. I would never do a microneedling treatment straight away. We need to prepare the skin. This can take 1-2 months. We need to make sure they are on a good diet, they take the right supplements to prepare their skin. So it's all about preparation. So yes, this guides me in my choices. And I also want to mention that I don't say I criticize or I say, oh, you shouldn't have Botox. You know, it's interesting. I asked you once, Dr. Tina, what do you think about Botox? What is your honest opinion about that? And you told me something at the time. I say, okay, if you look at yourself in the mirror on a rested, serious positions with no facial expressions, do you see your wrinkles? And I said, no. I said, okay, so are you happy with your face when you look at yourself in the mirror? In terms of wrinkles, I say yes. I say, so probably you don't need them yet. And so I say the same thing to my clients. When you look at yourself in the mirror, in a rested face, do you see your wrinkles? If the answer is yes, I say, okay, does it make you happy or unhappy? And if they say unhappy, I say, well, then Botox is an option to you, but someone who will not overdo it, to go to with someone who has experience. You need to be in good hands. If they say that their wrinkles don't make them unhappy, that they feel okay with that, then probably they don't need Botox injectables. So I always say the same thing. Look at yourself in the mirror on a rested face. What do you see? Do you see your wrinkles? Yes or no? Does it make you happy? Yes or no?
Such a simple advice, and I forgot about it. It's actually, we should include it in our Meder training handbook. Because actually we have, as you know, better than anyone, and we have this Myofix treatment for mimic wrinkles treatment, which also is an option. But I always say then that's not everyone needs it. Not Botox, nor Myofix, because you need it only if you are unhappy.
Exactly.
About
And
how
not
you
with
look.
yourself. And not because your friends do it, because you feel pressure to do it, because everyone does it. Is everything must be personal to us. Like, we don't need to do things because others do that. We have to look at ourselves in the mirror. What do we feel comfortable with? What makes us feel good, feel beautiful, feel happy, feel comfortable in our own skin? And this is very personal. So I will never tell to any client, don't do it. I say, what do you see? What do you like? What you don't like? Obviously,
the
people
purpose?
must. Yes, exactly. Obviously, I will never pretend that after a facial massage, your wrinkles will completely disappear like magic. This would need to be
Yeah.
realistic. It's all about expectations, the level of unsatisfactions clients have with their own appearance, and so there are solutions for everything.
Yeah, we are not fairy godmothers anyway. And I know that you became such an expert in acne treatment and rosacea treatment. I've seen you featured in the JQ. Congratulations, it's amazing. And they really named you an expert in the acne and rosacea treatment. And what kind of advice you can give to someone, especially to teenagers and teenagers' parents, about the skincare and lifestyle to manage acne better? I will not say prevent it, because when there are no acne, no one worried about it. So we see people when they have acne.
It's interesting that you asked me this question, because I was talking with a client the other day and we say, oh, it would be so good if I could organize a workshop for teenagers to educate them how to look after their skin, because all the clients who are mothers that I have, they all say, oh, but she never listens to me. She only listens to her friends, what they say, and to these TikTok influencers. But if it comes from me, she will never follow my advice. So you should tell her what to do, or you should tell him what to do. So this is something that I was thinking about doing. So my advice for teenagers is, first of all, to clean their skin. It looks very basic, but teenagers, they don't clean their skin.
Truth. Exactly. That's so truthful. What I notice in a lot of teenagers, they are looking for, give me the magic cream, give me the magic serum. But cleansing your skin, that's a basis. That's a foundation. So
Yes,
is that
and
the biggest misconception for you?
yes, and they are very influenced by social media. It's the generation of teenagers we have nowadays, and fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know. I mean, they are more educated about certain things, probably, so they know a lot of things. They try to find answers on internet, and they know a lot, but they're also influenced by people who know nothing about skincare, or who are not professionals in skincare, and so they buy the wrong products for them. My advice will be, focus on cleansing. Find a good cleanser for you that doesn't dehydrate your skin. Skip the foaming cleansers, and then use a simple, gentle moisturizer, sun protection. Go to the basics, oil-free, and they also need to exfoliate at least once or twice if they struggle with congestion. acne. So cleansing exfoliation is important because they do a lot of sports in the UK. They do work out a lot. They are very active most of the times. And after sweating, exercise, they need to clean their skin. And that's important. Sometimes they don't. So they develop acne on the face, on the back as well, on the body, because they keep their clothes after exercise. So that's important to remind them about cleaning. They also sometimes wear hats and they develop acne on the hairline and areas where the hats rub to their skin. So it's all about cleansing, really focusing on cleansing. And then we come to diet. So they eat a lot of sugar.
That's a problem in schools, even in public schools, right?
Yes, all schools, even the best schools. I mean, doesn't matter.
That expensive,
level
more
of
expensive.
education.
Sugar is everywhere.
Sugar is everywhere. And I was also a teenager. I had a sweet tooth, but I was not eating so many processed food. And what my clients tell me is that I tell them, okay, so just don't buy these foods for them because it's not good for them. Oh, but they exchange it at school. They swap. They make like
they swap apple for Mars bar.
Yes.
But look, so someone swapping Mars bar for an apple. So there are some healthy teenagers hidden in schools. But also it's so difficult, and it's I always suggest to try to find some relatively healthy sweet snack for children, like, I don't know, dry fruits in the black chocolate.
Exactly.
Or nuts and chocolate, especially black chocolate. Still sweet, but much better.
Exactly. And there are so many different fruits, not going always for banana, for instance, which is so easy to eat, but we need to rotate the fruit. There are so many tasty, good fruits out there. I mean, can be also a bit of yogurt or cheese or just something whole, not something processed. And also something that I found terrible is when I wait for a bus in a bus stop, I see all these young teenagers that eat these energy drinks all day long.
Oh yeah,
This
it's so bad.
drink is so bad for them. They eat that in the middle of the afternoon. It's terrible. And also these fizzy drinks in all colors, like the yellows, the blues, the pinks.
Especially blue. I am most afraid of blue. How you can drink blue liquid full of sugar and caffeine? Your cortisol level, your stress hormones are just rising like rockets.
It's very true. So this is my message to them is cleansing, importance, cutting all these industrial and chemical drinks and all these processed sugar. And often they see results and sometimes they say, oh, her skin was so much better, but it's very tempting. It's really challenging for them because sugar is everywhere.
And
So
it's kind of drugs. And also, I want beauty influencers to speak more about it. And for me personally, I can reveal them. I'm not very comfortable on social networks. I don't know, maybe generational thing. Okay, I'm 53, so I'm not on TikTok. And I'm not planning to be, despite that a lot of people tell me that as a brand founder, you should get TikTok account. Oh my God, save me. That's enough. I have an Instagram account. Yeah, I'm not enjoying it 100% because it's overwhelming, but I know that you are active on social networks and we should do it because it's a part of the practice as well. And I know that you invest time and energy to make it, and I love your account. It's nice, it's sweet, and it's not manipulating people. But what do you feel about these beauty influencer trends? It's every day that's something new. I don't know, glass skin, beef tallow, the sandwiching retinol with hyaluronic acid and skincare, using microneedling at home, buy this device. How you manage it? What do you say to your clients who are asking you? Because I'm sure every day you have this question. Claudia, did you see this influencer speaking about this and that on Instagram? What do you think about it? How you manage it?
Yes. So I'm not on TikTok either. I'm not planning to because I don't think you find the best sources of information more for influencers that just want to sell their products or advertise things that are not backed by science. So I don't really adhere to TikTok either. So I follow you. I understand you on that. I have the same vision. The clients I have, they're not so much, oh, look at this influencer. It's more about, look at this product, like this Lima laser. What do you think about this new trend? What do you think about? Yes, it's more about devices that I will be questioned. I always say the same thing. I don't know. I never tried this product. So I cannot tell. I can only speak for things that I know.
Oh my God, it's such an honest, fair approach. It's so truthful. So everyone who listens to us, please, if you book appointments with Claudia, you will get this truthful advice because you're someone who will say honestly, I don't know.
Yes, these are a part of the philosophy I want to have, is always trying to be honest. I'm not here to oversell, push for anything. I am lucky enough to be busy enough in my practice. I'm always here to give my best advice in my business. I treat my clients like I would like to be treated myself, because skin is too important. I would be too sad if my clients do something harmful to their skin. For me, it's too important, the skin integrity. So I will always give my very honest advice. And also from a professional perspective, we are trained on certain technologies that we know work. Other technologies that are new, it's very difficult to give advice on a technology that we don't know. So we cannot give advice on something we don't know. So I always try to be very transparent in my advice
I
and
think
what I
that's
do.
the best approach. And also, it's what transparency is about, right? And we have experience working with beauty influencers, because sometimes even me, I invite beauty influencers to visit you, journalists to visit you. And I've had my experience in my previous, before brand life, because I was head of international trainings. So I was responsible for this press appointment and press facials, and it can feel so different. Sometimes it feels honestly disappointing. Sometimes it feels motivating when it is someone who is curious about your treatments and your work and what you're doing, what you can offer. How you can describe the good, the best influencers experience as a practitioner? Let's not talk about bad experience because it will take hours. But what feels good, just if you're someone of our listeners, they are influencers or they're planning to try this path in this career, what is good about influencers experience from our side? What feels good when influencers come to you in the healthy skin room to experience the facial, the consultation?
I think it's good that they try the products that they promote with a honest opinion, and not because they have been paid for something, if they haven't been gifted for something. Because I had good and bad experiences, and well, sorry, I need to talk about the bad, but sometimes they are paid to try something and they're absolutely not into the moment. Either they're not interested or they're just doing that because it's free. And when you give something for free, sometimes people do not value it. They do not
That's
value
so
your
true.
time. That's why I think we should never do services for free, because it's our time, it's our passion, it's our knowledge. It's the reason why we wake up every morning to go to work. And when the freebies effect, sometimes it doesn't work. I also had very good experiences with journalists and influencers. They are really educated about skin. They tried many treatment services, products. So they understood all the approach. And that was very interesting. There was a real exchange of knowledge and experiences. So that was good. So I think if also an influencer or someone who is new in beauty, if you don't believe in manual therapies or massage, if you only believe in quick fixes, hypes, makeup, or what is superficial, then you should go to someone like-minded. We need to learn a little bit about the others, read a bit about what they offer, what they do, what they believe in.
And especially now, it is easy. You can just Google the person, you can go to social networks, and you have, at least you understand who is it. And probably, even if it is for free, if it is not in your universum of belief, probably just you don't need it. I remember, when I was much younger and I still lived in France and worked with this Swiss brand, and they sent me to Gstaad in the summer to meet some American journalists there. And one of the journalists, she told the organizers, and she preferred to get the facial in the sunrise, 5:30 in the morning. And I didn't stay in this 5-star hotel. So I woke up at 4:30. I walked into the 5-star hotel. I prepared my room. And at 5:30, she arrived and she told me that she doesn't like to be touched. How on the planet Earth you can perform facial without touching someone?
I don't know. You tell me.
And God, that was such an absurd situation. And she was on the edge for being crude. And I should smile because I was a representative of the big brand who paid for journalists to travel from the US to the Switzerland. And oh my God, I still remember about it. And it was more than 25 years ago, and I still don't get it. Why you accept this press tour, facial included? Why you ask brand representative for 5:30 appointment in the morning, and after you refuse to be for being touched?
I know, makes no sense.
So believe me, I just drop product on her face. Yeah, and I was like, pardon me, I will touch you, but my face and gloves very gently. And after she fell asleep, so I performed my facial, but I was like, oh my God, why?
So funny.
Sometimes it's so disappointing. So please don't do it to us, right?
Yeah, exactly. And also, I wanted to add that for influencers or journalists or people who are actually promoting skincare services or skincare rituals in their area, the purpose should be to find out other things, other people, because I feel that in London, we always talk about the same people. And I'm sure they're amazing and I admire them if they are at this stage of success for a reason. They are amazing, but there are so many other people too. We constantly hear about the same ones. And I feel that in the magazines, it's always the same products, always the same people, always the same places. But
you don't see me there so often in the magazines, right?
Oh, but you start seeing Medder, which is good because your products are very good.
Sometimes, yes.
What makes me sad is that sometimes I feel that, it's all about money. I feel that, yes, these big clinics, these big brands are there because they pay a lot of money to be there, to be advertised. So I'm not saying they're not good. I'm just saying that because they pay, it's all about paying. But the journalist's job would be to find out themselves other things, other people, other products, other beautiful things, and not only who will pay them more. I just find it's a bit sad that there is not so much authenticity in certain articles, I find. And if you don't use the high product of the moment, then you're not so interesting. You need to tick certain boxes so that we talk about you. And I find this is sad because all what matters is the customer's experience and what we provide, the service, what we provide. This is what matters. So yeah, I just find it sad that sometimes it's not so much authentic. It's more about who pays more, who looks better, who is in the magazines, who has more stars and shine around them, who will be advertised. So I think we need more authenticity as well in the influence world.
It's so great is if the press, journalists, they will be back to investigative journalism. Then, because I remember this era, I remember this investigation of journalists when they are looking for new people, looking for new products, and speaking critically about their finding. But it makes things much more interesting. So maybe I will not say then, okay, I see this trend. I don't see this trend, honestly. But I hope for this trend. Hope in this new year, maybe we will see more of it. And especially in the influencers world, it should be even easier for influencers to perform investigations. And I see some of them who are doing it, and it creates some very interesting content, which is amazing. People love it because people can feel. the truthfulness and the honest message behind an article, behind some influencer's message. And even as a brand, we experienced it a few times when we found it was just absolutely unexpected. And someone included one of Medder products in the story. And it worked so good for us when it was truthful. It was really investigative and really edgy. So I really hope to see more of it. I think it would be better, it would be the best, not only for brands, not only for skin practitioners, it would be better for society.
Yes, yes, I agree. There are some influencers. I had an experience, was very interesting. She has a YouTube channel and she does these videos, ASMR videos, where where they don't talk much. I mean, the voices are very soft. And for me, she does the real job of an influencer or a journalist. She picks professionals that are like-minded, that she likes the approach. So her approach is more the holistic approach. She contacts them directly. She explains her project. She paid the normal price. And she came all equipped with all her cameras, her microphones. I treat her absolutely like a normal client. And she got the full treatment time. She loved it. She edited her video. She showed me before posting it. And she gave her honest advice in her video. That for me is the real work of influencers.
Oh, it's so good. Can you share the link with me after? Yeah, we will share it with our listeners as well.
I did a Medder facial actually.
Oh my God. Thank you.
Yes, combined with the light therapy. And yes, she loved it. She was very happy. And I can see her work. She does that with other professionals. She books, she pays, she experiences it like a normal client, and then she shows her work. And for me, this is very honest advice because we see everything. And I think this is how it should be done. I personally, when I started learning about skincare, I use YouTube a lot to learn how to do facials. How's the process of a facial? Obviously, I learned it at school, but in classic beauty schools, we don't learn enough. This is the reality. We just learn the basics. So to really become who we want to become, it's constant ongoing training. Online, face-to-face, books, courses, and YouTube has very good content, I must say.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. It's really helpful for everyone. For our colleagues, for beauticians, for skin practitioners, but for our clients and customers as well. Can we take just a small blitz, like 3 short questions?
Yes.
With 3 short answers. People love it. Before we wrap up. So, prepare for the blitz. Name 1 cosmetic ingredient you'll be bringing to a desert island. Which is your favorite?
Oh, that's a tough one.
So difficult, right?
Yes, I would say sun protection, a good SPF. Yes, I would say titanium dioxide in this case, if you ask me.
Yeah, titanium dioxide. Yeah, it's better. So you go to
zinc oxide. Yes.
So clever, because desert island, very probably it is tropical sunny place.
Yeah.
Because I'd say I'll be between nice and niacinamide, because you know how I love it. It's universal. It's so many purposes and effects. Or aloe vera leaf juice.
Yes, very good too.
But
very good choice.
I take the titanium. That's a great choice. So the question: which routine matters more for you, morning or night routine?
Definitely morning. I know that most actives should be used at nighttime. But for me, I'm more a morning person. And in the morning, I love my routine in the morning. I have all my steps in the morning. Nighttime is also important. I cleanse the skin for sure, but I have more products in the morning to protect from oxidative stress, sun protection, hydrate. So I definitely have more steps in the morning. And I like the skin freshness in the morning. So yes, I would say, morning.
I can't agree more, because I'm also the morning person. So my favorite is the morning too. And it's kind of unusual because people believe more in the evening routine. But we are professionals, so follow our advices. And the last one. Please complete the sentence. Healthy skin is what it is for you.
Healthy skin is hydrated skin.
Healthy skin is a well-hydrated skin. Because when the skin is hydrated, the barrier is intact, the barrier is happy, microbiome is happy. And it's very probably the aging is under control. It's not inflamed, because inflamed skin is never well hydrated. So clever.
Exactly. And we see more fine lines on a dehydrated skin, and many skin that is dehydrated doesn't heal so well. I always learned that when we see a face, when you do a skin analysis, we always address dehydration first before any other concern.
Yeah.
All the rest comes after. But if we start using very strong actives on a dehydrated skin, the skin may react, the skin may be sensitive. It's always the first thing we address before anything else.
I remember then my first mentor, Marianne de Bonar from Talgo Laboratory, she always told me, Tina, ingredient travels by rivers, not by trains. So you should feel rivers before you apply skincare. So really a healthy approach to the skin. Thank you so much for this great discussion. I really enjoyed every second. And our dear listeners, now you know more about the philosophy and everything behind Claudia approach, the founder of the Healthy Skin Room. Please tell our listeners how to find you, where to find you, and how to book an appointment with you.
Yeah, of course. I'm based in Belgravia in London. I am. It's possible to book through my website, so it's the healthyskinroom.co.uk. It's also possible to book through my Instagram page, the Healthy Skin Room, as well. Yeah, and I'm also on the app Fresha. So there is the Fresha market, so I'm also there. So yeah, on Google, I'm also the Healthy Skin Room London. I'm also in Google.
Oh, thank you so much. And I can add to everyone who is interested, and obviously Claudia is speaking English and French, but also you speak Portuguese.
Yes, and right now I'm in Portugal, in Lisbon, in my father's study room, so it looks very serious. But
so you see, then Claudia, she is from the family of book lovers and music lovers. And I know how important it is for some people speaking their native language. So if you are French speaking, Portuguese speaking, living in London, I cannot recommend Claudia enough for everyone speaking all languages. And I wish you the amazing, successful and happy start of the year, and many of new happy clients. And obviously for all of your clients, be happy and stay healthy and maintain the healthy skin during the year. And remember to be thankful to you.
Thank you so much, Tina. It was really a pleasure.
Thank you for joining us today on the Medder Beauty podcast. If you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an expert skincare tip. Have a question or topic you'd like for me to cover? Send me a message at podcast@medderbeauty.com and let's keep the conversation going. Also, you can visit medderbeauty.com and discover Medder Skincare, which I created. And if you enjoyed the show, I'd love if you left a review. It helps others find the podcast and keeps us growing. Until next time, stay healthy, stay glowing, and take care of your skin.